Hey there, kiddos, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Uncle Frank, hoping that you are having a great day. And in today's video, I'd like to sit back in my very cozy chair, relax, and have a little conversation with all of you guys about the LGS, the local game store. More specifically, I'd like to talk about a lot of the misplaced frustration that can be levied against LGSs when it comes to how they price products in the current TCG collectibles market. That's right. In today's video, we're actually talking about MSRP. We're having the MSRP conversation, a wonderful conversation, because some people just don't seem to understand that the stores, most stores, not all stores, but most stores are just as subjected to the tides of the market as individual collectors, investors, and players. A lot of people out there seem to think that all of the stores around the United States get together and form this evil cabal that sets the market price, or that they're all working to just do the scalping themselves, right? And it's certainly true that there are some bad faith stores out there with owners who are willing to do some questionable things and perform actions that some people would consider scalping, sure. But I think it's important to understand that for a lot of stores out there, their position is just a direct result of how they deal with distribution and the secondary market in general. For those of you who are not aware, most stores, not all, but again, most stores, they will get their product through distribution, places that will sell them wholesale prices for whatever product they're buying, so that the stores can in turn turn that product around and sell it directly to the end consumer. This creates a nice chain where it goes from the company that produces the product to distribution to store to you, and then the secondary market after that. That's why it's called the secondary market, because it's after the stores have sold it. Okay? Now, distribution does not have hard and strict guidelines for how much they sell to stores and what prices they sell to stores. Your representative at distribution will do their best based on various factors that are basically always shifting to try and help you out, if assuming that you are treating them well and you have a good rapport with them and all that jazz. But at the end of the day, distribution is as subjected to market forces as the stores are and as the players are, right? I know that's kind of a hard pill to swallow, but nobody is immune to the effects of the wider market and its ebbs and flows. When prices for a sealed booster box of Pokemon skyrocket on the secondary market, that does affect stores because it affects distribution. And as nice as it would be for every store to get their booster boxes for wholesale prices, that doesn't always end up being the case. Sometimes distribution has very little to go around. They don't have as much product as they would like to have for all of the stores that are currently working with them, that currently have accounts with them. Okay? And stores, in turn, aren't always going to get all of the product they order. This is a constant thing. No matter the card game, if you are in a hype frenzy cycle where everyone's trying to get a hold of the product, you're never going to get as much as you want as a store, because distribution is never going to have enough to go around for all those other stores that are ordering it. And this leads to a situation where, yeah, sure, wholesale prices are usually honored for the initial sale from distribution stores. But what about afterwards, when stores want more of that product? Well, It's certainly true that if market conditions are normal, slower, stores will have opportunities to buy product well after release at pretty nice wholesale prices. But if they are, well, if people are getting into fights in Costco parking lots for sealed boxes, that's probably a good indicator that there's not enough to go around. And so if stores want to get that product from distribution, they will have to pay a higher premium to get that product. I know. The stores get scalped by distribution. It's not actually what's happening, though. Distribution is just pricing in accordance to the scarcity of the product, and stores are paying that elevated price to get a hold of the scarce product. And as a result of that, stores are stuck with the hard decision of either honoring MSRP or trying to make a profit with the product that they have gotten in. And sometimes they're going to choose to make that profit because profit is what keeps the lights on. I know it's not comfortable to hear that, but a store is a business, and a business has to keep its lights on, one way or another. And like it or not, MSRP does not pay the bills, or in other markets, in a more bearish market, MSRP might be too much to pay the bills. What do I mean by that? Well, if you're in the world of collectibles long enough, you'll understand very well that the markets do ebb and flow. They go up and they go down. And when they're up, stores look like villains because their prices reflect current market prices. Because, hey, while the markets are up and you have the product, you should try and get as much bang for your buck as possible. Why? Because when the reverse happens and markets are down, there is not a single person on the planet who will pay MSRP for something that is under it on the secondary market. None. They will bitch. They will moan. They will haggle. They will walk into an LGS, look directly at the super nice newest box of whatever Pokemon set catches their fancy, and they will tell the store owner to their face, "Hello, Mr. Store Owner, I know a year ago I was begging for MSRP, but this box here, I can get it on eBay for $75, $80, $90. Could you please lower the MSRP for me, please?" And the store owner will have one of two options there, either to tell them to get out of their store or to accept that market prices have fallen, and so they have to sell their product at a loss. Because yes, when the markets are bearish as opposed to bullish, selling products as an LGS owner is oftentimes a very big loss. You see it all the time with Yu-Gi-Oh! Right now, where a lot of stores are selling Yu-Gi-Oh! For under what they're paying distribution for it. A lot of the stores that do it because they're just huge fans of the game and they want to keep a local community going, a local scene going. So what they try to do, a lot of them, is buy as much Yu-Gi-Oh! As they can for as little as they can, and then try to sell it off as fast as they can for as much as they can, because it's a rat race to the bottom. And they know that once those boxes hit $30 or $40 on the secondary market, no one's going to come into their store and be super excited about buying a box from them. They're just going to turn around and go to eBay or TCG Player or whatever. It would be nice if we lived in a magical world where boxes came out and were at MSRP for 2 years until they rotated out, but that's just not the world we live in. Markets dictate the prices, and stores have to choose whether they will honor MSRP and potentially take a loss, either because distribution has charged them more for the product, or because they need more money to pay bills, or should they sell product at the market price or close to the market price and be vilified by the same people who would 100% never buy from them at MSRP if uh, if the markets were more stagnant? It's an unfortunate position to be in. And it's just something that a lot of people out there just kind of refuse to engage in good faith. There's a lot of people out there who will point to a store and go, well, they're bad people because they're selling at only 5% under market when they could be selling at MSRP. Maybe they could sell at MSRP, or maybe they couldn't. It's hard to say. And yes, like I said before, there are definitely bad faith actor stores out there who will do some scummier tactics to try and get an extra buck out of you. But those stores are going to be scummy regardless of the state of the market. Whereas a lot of the more regular stores are just trying to make an honest living. So, I don't know. There's no big lesson to this video. Just wanted to talk about MSRP for a moment and remind you guys that, sure, while markets are hot, it's easy to point at MSRP and try to get your stores to sell at that. It's easy to do. But I guarantee you, when things are flipped around and markets are cold, very cold, in fact, if you see a store trying to sell at MSRP, you will not buy from them at MSRP. You will try to get them to sell for cheaper. Every time. That's all I got for you kiddos today. Please like, share, subscribe, leave a comment down below if you agree with me or disagree with me. Check out the Discord, check out the Patreon. That's all I got for you kiddos today. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you next time.